the first question, we can start on that end and use the microphone if need be. I think it's live. The question is, you're a local business and you're fairly new. You open a week, I think you said. How do you use social media and what have you found to be effective so far? So the question for all the panelists to answer is, how do you use social media and what have you found effective?
Well, we use a lot of social media, so I'm not sure I have enough time to answer that.
Can you guys hear her okay?
Yeah, I don't talk very loud. Can you?
Yeah, put the mic a little closer.
All right. There you go.
Well, the way that we use social media, I guess I'll start out with we use a blog, we use Facebook, we use YouTube, we use Twitter a little bit, but I would say by and large, Facebook is where we get the most interaction. But I'm not really sure. I feel like the question's a little too broad for me to really answer for you.
So what sort of things are you putting on Facebook that you're finding that you get traction with?
Well, we've been putting a lot out on Facebook for like 3 years now. We just talk about, we're sort of an unusual case in that we were starting up a business where we wanted people to buy ownerships and to participate with them. So essentially we were selling an intangible. So the way to convince people to do that is we wanted to create connections, we wanted to create relationships, we wanted to create community, and we wanted to make people feel like they could be involved in bringing something to their business, or to their community, I'm sorry, by bringing this business. So a lot of our posts were about those sorts of things, getting people excited about the things they can do, or educating them about why they should care. And now we're sort of reaping the benefits of that. Like, we've just opened and people are just blowing up Facebook. In fact, you might even see earlier in the week, I had to put a post up because people were saying, guess what, they're opening, and we hadn't officially put that out there anywhere. Everyone was so excited that they were like, hundreds of people were like, oh, they're opening, and I was like, we should at least address this, officially. But that's a really great problem to have. People were so excited about us opening up, they were telling everybody they knew without us even asking. And in my opinion, that is what social media is about, and that's what you want to have happen to your business.
That's great.
Just to add to that, and a little bit off the question, we'll get back to it, because I'm also involved with company shops. But one thing that Sarah did good, and we found it with TS Designs too, like anything, you'll get out of what you put into it. And with TS Designs, we have like 5 administrators on it. But one thing we did on company shops is there's maybe like 1 or 2 administrators, but we have our board, and myself is probably more active people, but we wanted to not have it so, everything that was posted up on company shops, so that was company shops. We want to have different people in it. And again, that's what the main thing we're, we'll go with TS Designs, and I'll go ahead and confess, Marty, since he, spoke earlier. I'm the one with the tomatoes and the blueberry bushes and the guineas and stuff like that. Because with our business, it's about education, and we're trying to connect with our customers at a different level. So, like, I think the post I stuck up there was out in our garden, and I took a picture of our cotton plant was growing. But that's important for our customer base, because from my opinion, I'm not interested in a Facebook page that's always just trying to get me to sell something or buy something. I'm looking for more out of it. So that's how we've been successful with what we've done is sharing information at a different level than just our product.
Okay.
Being a marketing service provider, we pretty much touch on all aspects of social media, whether it be email, Twitter, YouTube. We've got our hand in pretty much any of it. Getting the information out there, we utilize it a lot for not only exposure reasons, but also to make the connections. And one thing I can ask you too is how many people tweeted that they were here today in this room. So there's 2 people that know each other, that may know each other, that are here. The rest of you may have missed an opportunity to make a connection with somebody else and create perhaps a business conversation after the fact. So that's one way you can look at a lot of how this can come together. With our Facebook page, I'm not sure what's up there now. We also connect it to what we've tried to do with some blogging, which we bring down to a more personal level. But it's about promotion. It's really about creating a conversation and getting people to kind of communicate back and forth to each other. We use it not only for business purposes, but we also try to congratulate our followers and our fans on any maybe personal attributes that they put up, such as birthdays and things. So it's really out there we use it to really keep the exposure going, make the connection, keep the conversation going, and be exposed.
Okay, thank you.
One thing that's been really helpful for us, things are constantly changing in downtown Burlington. I mean, day to day, things are different. So we've really been able to kind of give people that sort of inside scoop. If you're from Burlington, you might know people are sometimes a little nosy or like to really know what's going on. So we found that it's really great for that up to the minute information, events that are happening. With our streetscape plan, we've been able to take pictures and people love seeing that. Literal up to the minute. This was just planted, come out down and see it, or when the flowers are sprouting. So it's just been really, really great for that, for us to kind of start conversations and just to get people talking and excited about what's going on.
We mostly use Facebook, and we use Foursquare a little bit as well too, where you can check in. But we try to do a lot of communication on what events are going on. There's always something different every day happening at the Mellow Mushrooms. It may be specials, and it may be live music, and use the events. We create a lot of events for the different things that are going on, for St. Patrick's Day party, for summer kickoff party, and then just try to tag different things as well. Happy birthday, Bob Dylan, I think today, and other things that will get some conversation started and bring people to the page. We were fortunate that there was a lot of chatter when we did open up, and it was fairly easy to get a lot of fans just based on the franchise and the chain's popularity. But we would post pictures as we were building the restaurant and keep people updated on what's going on and hiring processes and so forth. That really helped us create a pretty large fan base.
Yeah, these guys want to point out, I was really impressed. They have over 3,000 fans, which I think is really great for a local.
Yeah, that's
place.
local fans.
Right. I mean, Mellow Mushroom has a corporate site too, corporate page, but this is the actual Burlington one.
We mostly use Facebook. We tried a little bit with Twitter. The interesting thing about our brand is that we're, like I said, wholesale and retail. So this page that you're showing is our retail store here in Burlington, but we do have a brand page for Peaches and Cream in general. It's hard to focus the things that we do on those pages because we're reaching a variety of different kinds of customers. Fortunately really, because we're selling a product, whether it's to our wholesale customer or to a retail customer, we find the most success in doing giveaways. It's something that not everybody can do, but we had 2 weeks before Black Friday and Thanksgiving, we did a giveaway extravaganza for 2 weeks and did like 2 or 3 different products every day for that time, and that was on our main brand page. So it's just interesting for us to focus what we're doing depending on the page and the customer that we're going after. But since it is a product, like I said, it's mostly giveaways. We post photos of our products. We love getting fan photos of people wearing our clothing. But then, whether it's a wholesale or a retail customer, everybody has the same common. It's all parents, grandparents, people looking to buy clothing for their kids. So we like to post comments or questions that just ask them things about parenting or about where they're going this weekend with their family, or fun things to do with the kids. That's kind of
one thing actually that I want to address on your page, and I had seen this when I checked last week about this, that I thought was interesting was it's a chance to do some customer service. I mean, this is, someone here is complaining a little bit, you know, I did not get my invoice, but yet in real time, pretty much you can get back to them and say exactly what it is. We haven't finished, we just sent you tomorrow, hopefully. And I think that's something I think we might address more in another question coming up that we have. But I think that's, when I saw that, I'm like, well, they got back to them, you know, so they can show, and other people can see who visit there and say, oh, they're responsive. You know, if I have a question for them, I'll just ask it here, and you know, and everyone can see it. So, and here's some of that stuff where people liking when someone posting a dress about, you know, their daughter's dress, and then you're saying some of that sharing. So, all right, thank you guys for that. Does anyone have any questions? Because again, I have a list of questions I could go through, but no, not yet. You in the pashmina scarf. I know Angela, so.
I think it's really helpful to understand, and maybe using your case study as an example, why do they want to hit 1 million, and what do they get out of it at the end? I mean, we can all say awareness and education and all that's good, but specifically because you're dealing with that client, what were the objectives that outside of their competitor had 1 million? What does it get them? What do they want to hit it for?
That's a really great question, and it actually came up recently that Domino's actually seen. They have a email list that is also in the millions, like in terms of numbers, but people have been opting out of that just because how many people get too much email? All of us. And so what they've tried to do now is migrate some of their communication that used to be done through email on Facebook. And so that's one answer. The other thing too, because of the rich content that you can have on Facebook, there's all these kind of games that you can have and program. They actually, Domino's did a Final Four bracket, and instead of teams, they had pizzas. And I mean, I called this. I said, it's going to be cheese versus pepperoni in the final game. And it was. Pepperoni won. So anyway, there's engagement. You know, I think there, and everyone has spoken to it already. It's that engagement, that dialogue. You're not necessarily directly selling product all the time. Even with Domino's, they are. A lot of the time, it'll say, it's Tuesday, $5.99 pizzas, you know. But what these guys said is that they're creating a relationship and having a dialogue. And I think the more contacts that people have with your brand, how can that be bad, you know? So I think those are Domino's ambitions for it. Does anyone want to address that in terms of, besides, you know, getting to a certain critical mass of people? Are there any reasons that you wanted? Why are you doing this? Anyone?
I think, you know, for our key demographic, it's definitely, you know, like you said, it's now. It's not the wave of the future. They're out there. I mean, we typically hire and service a young clientele, and this is where they're at in millions. And so, you want to have that force out there if they're your key demographic.
Okay. Does that answer your question? If it doesn't, let me know.